so the fact that let me just click OK. The fact that the tracking um started heading 180 degrees
Mm,
basically in the wrong direction. You could imagine that if you were trying to triangulate based upon the reception of two satellites, that you would pick north or south, depending upon those. It would be random, right?
mm.
Um, so, but the thing is, if you have, 10, 20 satellites, that shouldn't be happening.
That's what I think so
Yeah.
too. Because there were
That's
enough
weird.
satellite available there. But
There
if it
were,
was in a building, then it would be less. And somehow, I don't know if it's in a building or underground, it gets locked in that idea that it's this
right,
is my fixed direction. And then when it moves, it thinks, oh, from this point of, let's say it's a hundred or a random, I don't know which way it goes,
right.
but it goes off in a line. And then suddenly it's realized, oh, I'm wrong. And then it goes back.
Yeah. So I was in Boston last weekend and I had to pick up a friend at the airport and drop them off. And in Boston now, they rerouted a lot of traffic into tunnels underground
Hmm.
to eliminate congestion. And I was curious to see what the GPS on my phone, I was using Google Maps, what the GPS would do when you get into a tunnel. And also to see whether there was any supplemental um, GPS signal that would be enabled as you
Hmm.
go into the tunnel, and there wasn't. So all it did was it just froze the position.
Hmm.
It gave me directions. Like I said, in the next, 1.7 miles, you have to exit for Logan Airport. But it just froze. And then once you came out, it reset its position. So
That's
it must,
that's what I normally see also because
right,
every day when I go shopping I go through a tunnel, maybe it's 600 meters. It just stops before and then continues after, but once in a while, maybe once in 10 times, it goes off. I've seen
okay.
it twice. I have no idea why that happens. I mean,
Right. Well, I mean, so I'm just wondering in looking at all the data that's in the PVT packet, if we can just have the same function. It's like, okay, this data is out of whack. Just wherever we last had a fix, um, it doesn't have to be done. I wouldn't change the log,
hmm,
but the filter on the log I would change,
hmm. What
right?
what
The
what I
filter that we
can
use.
what I
Yeah,
can do tomorrow, I will drive through the tunnel, and I will record it together with the new version from Louis, that we can
right.
get more information from the GPS, or maybe even in the Teensy if you want. I can set up one of my Zens in the Teensy, sorry, in the teeny GPS
Teeny,
mode. That's it.
right.
Teeny
Teeny
GPS,
versus teensy.
teeny
Yeah,
GPS mode.
yeah,
I mean, then we can see what happens in a tunnel because this is similar.
right.
Tunnel
Yeah,
underground or in a building. Although
yeah.
building is, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
the nice thing about the Teeny is that you would get the NavSat packet as well.
Hmm.
It would tell you how the signal strength, how many satellites it's seeing, and the signal strength of those satellites, and what's being used for tracking.
I think that Louis also records that in his second line.
Oh, okay,
I'm not sure. That's what I assume he was doing.
right.
And did you check his code he made?
No, I did not.
Oh,
No, no,
okay.
no. I've been busy, but I will do that.
Hmm.
Okay. Is Louis going to join? I think he said he was joining us, right?
He
Or
was
no?
supposed to join, I think.
Okay.
If he was going to, maybe he had something coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Yellow's been okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And any progress on the logger?
and some progress. Yeah, I'm working on the log
Okay.
viewer interface and uploading. Uh, it, it's slow but steady progress, I guess. I have some buttons configured and like going through some files. I just hard coded it. So I have 3 files on my SD card, test 1, 2, and 3, and those have valid lines of code or as measurements. So my plan is to just make the interface in a way that I can select it, upload it, and then see if it ends up in the API. That is where I am now. So yeah, I'm now at the point where I can implement the uh, upload function in the screen. It's a bit difficult because I don't know how fast it will be. Like this small log file, well, it takes probably less than a second. But if it's a big log file, it might take a lot longer. So it will block like the whole device, which can be an issue.
But maybe that's okay if because people will maybe make it everything stop, then it uploads it and then continue. It would
Yeah,
be nice if it's in the background doing it, but for the first test,
for first version, yeah.
I think it's fine.
Like, would be okay if you could cancel it. Like, oh no, I didn't want to upload it. Well, okay, now it's already uploading. You're stuck for 10 minutes. That would be annoying, but I can always turn it off.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is risky because then your SD card might get corrupted, or I don't know, or it's just reading, so it shouldn't do anything weird. But yeah, it does like open the SD file and keeps it open while it's reading, so you can't write anything in between, and you can't really run like normal logging in between. So going into the log viewer, I'm also thinking of maybe disabling some workers, like it just disables a lot in the device, so you have like free memory or free cycles in the device, which, yeah, I don't know. It feels like if you go to the log viewer, it's like a commitment to do something with the logs. Just ignore the rest of the device, basically. It's something we could do, but it's nice if it still logs to like the journal in the background for like the counter.
You cannot pause just pause it and then it keeps no, you want to keep it recording. Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, you
Ideally.
kind of want to keep it recording. The
But
only issue is like
you cannot record it only to memory, and then when it's finished reading, it continues where it writes it.
yeah, I guess we could, but like if you pause it when you enter the screen and then you just stay in the screen and walk out to walk your dog or something, then you would still lose measurements. We can't keep like, well,
No, no,
hundreds
no.
of measurements in
No, I
memory.
mean it stored them temporarily on the flash storage on the M5 stack. So
Oh, okay.
temporarily store it, and when it's finished with sending, so it picks it up from the flash and then writes it to the SD card. That's possible? Or is that too
Well,
complicated?
no, because it's not during sending. Like you can't, we can't do like logging and stuff during sending. Like there's no cycle in the background because it's a foreground a process. Uh, it's just if it's a big log file, you will just miss a few
Well,
measurements in the log. Like the Geiger counter still sends, and like the pulse counter or the like the interrupt still goes off. So you still get the measurements, but you just lose the log lines in the journal log while uploading. So it's a small loss.
maybe in a log file you can say start stop it start stopping or it pause, and then in the log file when it starts again make another note in no,
I mean, we can have a debug log for those things, but we don't really have a way to write debug lines directly to the SD card at any time. I mean, we could have like an SD log that you can call the SD interface, and if it's ready, you can just write a line quickly. That's possible.
That will be useful for more troubleshooting later.
Yeah, that
An
is
idea.
true. I think it should be in the default, like the M5 library as well. Because I replaced everything with the M5 logging, I think. If I can find one quickly. No. Anything. This one. That's like M5 underscore log D, and that's then a debug log, and it writes to the serial. But I think it should be possible that it's also logs to the SD card. It's m5.log print.
Can it also write to the flash memory? That you
yeah, I'll have to look into
check.
that. It should probably be. Well, the flash memory is not very useful because then you also have to like read it somewhere.
That's true. And
I don't know if it
erase
has
and
like
clean it
a
up.
file in there that it logs to, but if there is, we can at some point like write it from the flash memory, just copy it to the SD card.
Yeah, that's
Or
what I
just
was thinking.
cut. Yeah, something we can look into. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great to hear that.
I did make the debug writer, like logger, with the format for Louis to implement. But I guess he has a different branch as well, where he already wrote like an extra line.
Yes, I tested it and it seemed to work.
Perhaps I can take that format and just dump it into the debug logger or the GPS debug logger. So it also writes that line because now it says format here, which is not a very useful log. But
No. But
then you can also try it maybe.
Yeah, I like it.
If you run the latest code that I published last week somewhere.
Yeah, I'm running that, I think. I take always the latest.
If you check the SD card, if there's a debug directory.
No, I didn't check yet.
Okay.
I should check.
Yeah,
I just copied it and run it and I see, oh, it works. I didn't look into the files.
I think I could check it actually. I have. No, it's. I'll check it after the call.
Yeah, and I will check the debug thing also on the cards to see if it's there.
Yeah.
Okay. I have some nice logos. Oh, I've been playing with logos on the GPS. Hold on a second. Logo on the GPS, and it fits exactly.
Nice.
Prints nicely, and the trick is the blue is not really really there. It's a small sticker from the $1 store. And then, but it's very easy to do. I have many of them. So I print it in black and white. So it's in a label printer, and
right.
I do all the things for the Zen with that. So it prints fast and it doesn't need any ink. I was in the beginning wondering that if you have those thermal paper print on the wireless, that it gets too hot and it will become completely black everything. But that didn't happen. So And other things, the one of the guys who from what's his name from the University of Cape Town, there are two persons from the university, or three basically, two persons that they both the name is Andy. It's quite confusing, but one of them has an ionization chamber, so he will do testing between the Zen, the Rat code, that's an synthesizer, and Chromic, another one, and the bGeigieZen Nano. He will compare them, all of them, and to compare the dose rates, because his project is about air travel and how much dose, how much radiation people get to get it
Right.
officially documented. And I don't know, that's it, his kind of project.
Nice.
So that
Sounds
will
good.
be good for us to see how the bGeigieZen holds up against the Nano and the other ones. The Chromic is a
Yep.
real amazing machine. I mean, this is very expensive. I remember about 10 years ago, we had discussion with Chromic about the synthesizers and which one to use and which not. But they came also to a party of Safecast, one of the representative of Chromic.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Really
We'll
good.
post the information in the channel a little bit later. You can see that.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. Seems like Louis is not coming. I mean, he's
Hmm.
maybe too busy. Or he forgot.
Yeah, he might have had something come up. You said.
Hmm. We have other things to discuss today. I'm kind of, I have done all the things. Yeah, I've been building for a new set of Zens going out the end of this month. And we have
Nice.
a Christmas sale for 10%.
Nice.
Okay.
And,
Well, I have no other updates, so
any feedback from the people that have already received them? Any other feedback from the people that have already received them?
No, not many. I was surprised because we sold about maybe 90 or something like that, but not many
Right.
feedback.
hmm.
Yeah.
Only a little bit, and they seem to be happy and no problems with building. And building, and maybe two or three people had some issues, small issues, and they were easy solved. I mean, by email, I could solve them.
Okay.
And also
Okay.
updating the firmware.
That
It's
all works. Yeah.
all
One
works.
person had an issue. No, that's true. One person had an issue with the driver for his Mac, I think. He couldn't install the driver so easy. Then I guide him
Okay.
through it and then it worked fine.
Right.
Okay.
No, it's wonderful that we can just upload them like that. It's much easier for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Because the
Yeah,
nano
I've been
it's not it's tricky to do always.
right, right. Yeah, one of the projects keeping me busy is my son and I are rewiring the house with Cat 6A cable. Um, the 6A is because we needed power over Ethernet um, to um, make it easy to, eventually put in a camera, a security camera, and then and it's really nice because you can put a Wi-Fi puck in different parts of the house, and the only thing you have to run is the Ethernet cable
Cool.
because of I think it's up to 70 watts of power for right from the right from your router,
Mhm,
so or switch, I should say.
mhm. And what
So
switch do you have with it? That's also
I don't know which one he eventually got,
mm,
but we're not going to the fancy um, Wi-Fi roaming thing. The devices will pick up which node is the best
mm.
eventually. So,
You're not
but
making like a mess.
no, we're not going to make a mesh
Mm.
system. It's just why bother? It's not that big of a house.
Well, I know. If I saw the pictures from the Google Earth, you're quite a big house, I think.
Yeah, it's
It's not a small house like mine.
It's not that small of a house. Uh,
It's
they
also not
say
like Jealous house.
no. They say that no
Just as a
matter
cube.
uh,
No.
They say, sorry.
any size family lives, no matter how big the house, they live in about 2,000 square feet at most. A family of four would
2,000
live in it.
square meters.
So,
Yeah.
but some of the houses around here, 5, 6,000 square feet. I don't know what the translation is into meters, but
No, but
they're
I can imagine.
they're ridiculously big houses.
Yeah, if I see your area, the housing, there were quite big ones between.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I checked your house and then I see, oh, it's nice in the middle of the woods you are.
yeah,
Like
yeah. That's nice.
very nice.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Okay.
all right.
Yep. So we done for today, I think then.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
All
Then I
right.
hope you have a nice day, Michael, and you
Yes.
have a nice afternoon and evening.
Yeah, yeah. Have a good
Yeah.
week. All right.
Yes.
Thanks for
All
joining.
right.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye bye.
Bye.